So for you all watching this video, let us know what your favorite classic Disney film is, and if you think it'll be turned into a live action film.
If you enjoy what you're checking out on Catered Chaos, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to our first 1,000 subscribers so that we can join the YouTube partner program and get into the whole system of being more consistent for you guys with our Catered Chaos. Sounding a little evil there, but you know,
evil.
Yeah, that's what people sound like.
Oh Lord.
The colonizers say that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we got next. I'm playing off.
Yeah.
Well, they got something in common. It's the you know skin pure as snow part.
Yeah, cold as snow.
Yeah. Next up, we got Snow White and the Evil Queen, which is a topic of big controversy right now in the entertainment world.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Really?
I don't think I want to watch it.
I 100% I'm not watching this, but I want to see what it is because somebody boldly put this out here.
So, what is the controversy?
So it follows Rachel Zegler, who is Disney's live action Snow White, who is getting a lot of flack because of her interviews where she is kind of really talking down the story of Snow White, but also it's being stated that, like, you know, she's not a white woman, and so why is she playing Snow White? Because it feels like you're pandering and trying to, like,
Cater.
yeah.
Don't use cater.
That's right. We're taking that word.
Yes, it's
gonna mean something when we're done.
Show you right.
So
But
you said she's not white?
No.
What
Well,
is she
she's mixed.
Oh,
but,
okay.
like appearance wise.
I gotcha.
That's why
Snow White. She's not Snow White just in name. She's Snow White in being.
I gotcha.
Appearance.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be paler.
She is Snow White. Is Snow White.
Yes. I mean, literally, that's why she got the name, because her skin is supposed to be as white as snow.
Yeah.
So it's a possibility
That would have
see
been
the
super
dwarfs.
super unhealthy.
I mean, that's her that's like her genetics. That's
Hey,
not
look,
necessarily something that she did to herself.
I was about to say that's the story.
She was born with Snow White.
Yeah.
Skin.
I don't know what to say other than, you know,
It is what it
feels
is.
like Disney.
It is
but
what it is.
her attitude towards the story of Snow White has made a lot of people not like her.
Yeah.
And so this trailer that we're about to watch was made, which is known as the anti-woke Snow White story.
Anti-woke.
So this is a film that we actually should be watching.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm
You
not
said
asking
that. I
You said
didn't.
it's
Yeah, no.
anti-woke.
That's why I'm saying I did not say that. In
Okay,
fact,
so what did you
before I said that I would not be
This
watching.
conversation.
Oh, I thought you was talking about that.
No. Oh, let me clarify. I'm not watching either.
Okay.
But
So why are you not watching this one?
because it's the same argument, but from the other side of the camp. They're doing the same thing.
Okay.
They're just being spiteful on the idea of a woke Snow White.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And this one is like it's the more pure,
Wait, so there are
moralistic
two
story.
Snow White
All right,
being
there will
released
be.
in
Okay,
theaters.
There will be.
So there's the Disney Snow White,
Yes.
and
There's
then
the
there's
Disney remake Snow White that's
Right.
got the mixed lady,
right,
plan.
and then it's this
And
Snow
then you got
White,
this
which
one's
is
The actual original story.
being done by like
We
a
don't
different
know that yet.
company.
We don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yep. All we know about this so far is
I
that
say
it's
bring back
specifically
Right.
not. It is specifically not
Funny.
trying to be like Disney Snow White.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gotcha.
it's trying to be more of like the
They're
classic.
claiming Disney
Yeah.
Snow White is woke,
See,
and this one is
y'all-
saying we
I was
are
about
not.
to say.
I'm
See,
just
y'all
caught up
add-
now. I'm just
see,
asking questions.
No, I
sir.
get it. I'm just saying this is how you get to the point where you get to when you add context. No one's saying that.
Okay.
They're not saying they're trying to be more faithful to the original story. They're saying they're trying to make a story that's not like Disney's because they think it's woke. It has
Okay.
nothing to do
So
with
we're
them
just not
trying.
getting the story.
Yeah, I was about to say it has nothing. I don't know. I don't know, Ronell.
said-
But I'm not going to give them the context before I actually see
We're
it.
on the same page now. We're on the same
Okay,
page.
all right. I was like,
Yeah.
the
So there's a possibility we won't see the dwarfs.
Oh boy, let's just hit the button.
Just go.
I'm ready.
We'll still see the
I am ready for this.
Going for the gut punch. Like, for real.
We'll still see this.
They're gonna be 6 feet tall. And the Disney one.
They're sitting there email.
Or they might even be in it at all.
That's what I'm.
No, they're supposed to have
No,
dwarves.
they're in it.
Yeah.
They're mixed race. They're in it, and they're not really dwarfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they put out pictures for the Disney one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of people complain that it doesn't look like Snow White. This one is specifically being made to try and show Disney how it's done. That's the only context that we have so far.
Okay. Have
And
money
if,
to play
if
games
that's
like
really
that.
their argument, then they really did like Cinderella for Disney. Cinderella was true to the story of Cinderella.
But Cinderella's name isn't Snow White, though.
I know it's not so white, Kristoff.
But that's the problem.
But my point is, if they wanted something that was just Disney, then Cinderella was exactly that. However, as beautiful as that film was, I love the dress.
Yeah.
It just didn't really like spark anything in me to see it in live action. You know, it was just the same story, just live action. Like, I didn't get that fuzzy nonchalance feeling of watching Disney Snow White, not Snow White, but Cinderella for the first time. It just, like, I like it when they take the live actions into a different segue. So like what they did with Beauty and the Beast, they gave Beast his own song. They kind of showed what happened to Belle's mom, and they had like a little bit of like deeper context to the characters, and that's what I kind of like.
Yeah.
But if they just level it to where it was like Disney's animated film, and then you have Disney's live action film, one to one, there's nothing really there. You're just making
you're just
live
changing
action.
the medium,
right? You're just changing the medium, and there's nothing
you don't
like
add anything to it.
There's nothing adding to it. It just feels very one dimensional.
Like us watching the trailer without saying
I could just go back and watch the animated one.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Live action doesn't matter.
Right,
True.
exactly. Yeah. And like I said, the costumes in Cinderella was beautiful. The costumes in Beauty and the Beast was really well done, but Beauty and the Beast had like a different level that I really enjoyed rather than Cinderella.
His song was hitting though.
Yeah, his songs were hitting. So, but this one, let's see what this clip is all about for Snow White and the Evil Queen.
They better put a whole lot in this 51 seconds.
Don't forget Wild and Charlie Waters.
Here we go.
Little Mermaid is my movie now. So.
I want to see the whole story right now. 51 seconds.
51 seconds.
51 seconds. We gonna see something.
I'm weak.
So
I feel like y'all have a very different idea of what this is about.
I think this is
not
just
necessarily.
I'm expecting Snow White.
Look,
I'm just.
Right. That's what I'm expecting.
Hey, look. I feel like that's all you're gonna get.
And that's what I'm saying with this one too. Yeah, Snow White is just gonna be Snow White.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
like
expecting.
Kristoff was saying, like you have the animated Snow White and now you have the live action Snow White, and it's just one medium to another, and that's what I think this one's gonna be. So
Yeah,
may
if
see
it's a 10
glimpse
out
of
of
the
10
Evil Queen
film, are
too.
you gonna watch it?
No, I don't care about Snow White at all.
Okay, I'll just ask you.
I
trying to see what.
Yeah, no, I didn't like Snow White in general.
Yeah.
Dang,
Not one of my
I didn't even
favorites.
feel
Not one of my favorites.
It's an oldie, but not so goodie.
yeah.
that one. Okay, all right, let's roll the clip.
Nah, F them doors.
Oh my
Anyway,
gosh.
Snow White's about to.
Excuse me.
Is it
I'm not gonna.
It's cute.
Is it cute?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Can we watch the clip, please?
Yeah, it's
I can hit that.
yeah.
Play the movie, yeah. Play.
Once upon
Ain't no way, not my feet.
Right.
Your feet about to be dirt black. Get it? Get it? Dirt
There
black.
go the apple.
No.
Fresh reds.
Apples do look good.
Got a red squirrel.
Squirrel. They just brushed him.
It's a red squirrel.
They gotta feed him deer though.
I like the shot of nature. That's nice.
That's popping though.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Your skin popping too.
Uh-oh, I think that's 51 seconds.
Yep.
It's
Look,
gone. That's
chance.
it. How y'all, besides Trey, how y'all feeling about this?
Like we said, it's very one-dimensional. I think, her standing there smiling was nice, but at the same time, she was like I don't know if you saw the eyebrow thing. Like she was like,
I saw the nose. Oh,
like
my
she
bad.
was like raising her eyebrow or something. I don't
Dude,
know.
she's posing.
Find out.
The fact that she's a human
Did you
being.
feel woke?
It's like we're not perfect.
Well, no, this is
I'm
this is
awake.
the anti this is the anti woke.
Anti
Yeah.
woke? Did you feel anti woke?
I didn't
Did you
feel
feel
anti.
asleep?
Well, I mean,
Did this put you back?
now
into
why
the
would they put
Matrix?
a white?
Did they put you back into the
person-
Matrix? Did they put you back into the
They put me
Matrix?
back into the Matrix. You know, white people doing movies. I can't believe it.
It looks
Darn.
it looks visually well done
Yeah.
for that clip.
Looks amazing.
As far as like Snow White,
real animals.
yeah, like the shots. I mean, they're using
It,
shots.
it
of
looked
real
like Snow White. I'm not surprised.
that
right.
squirrel
Yeah.
looked very believable.
Oh yeah,
It was
facts.
real.
That squirrel was well brushed.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
It's
it
a
was well
red
fed.
squirrel.
It was a red squirrel.
He said
Wow.
well fed. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's cool.
the clip looked like how it's supposed to look for this. You know, when they do it, then maybe it'll be visually pleasing. But as far as like
Oh,
storyline, definitely not going to change. It'll still be
It's
Snow White
so awkward.
and the Evil Queen. What?
So
Like
awkward.
Lion King.
Why do you create? Why not you? I'm just why? I'm sorry.
I know you weren't talking to me.
Like this is like they create so much stupid drama over this stuff.
I
Because
know.
they
So
really
dumb.
want to hammer
It's like
the
there's
point
so much
home.
contention between like now if I go see this movie, people are gonna be like, oh, you're this or that.
Oh, you one
you
of
go
them
see the other
people.
one, oh, you're one. Yeah, it's just like it's so dumb.
Yeah.
Everybody got a mic, so
It's senseless
they
diversion of
gotta-
everything.
Yeah.
Waste of voice,
But
audio.
I do feel
everything.
like since Disney has the opportunity to do live films, then they should do them more like I guess realistically and with diversity
Yeah, I think they
because
should do whatever they want to do.
it's been working well for them so far, and they're still making bank even
Yeah,
if you don't
and
see
it's
it.
still the original story, and they're adapting their own story
Yeah.
into something different.
Yeah.
So what? She doesn't have Snow White skin. Her name is now Snow White, and it means something else. You still.
I don't know, because I kind of see the argument for this one. Snow White has always been a character to where I didn't really think that you should race swap her, specifically because my argument has always been
the
that,
time
like,
period piece.
well,
Yeah.
there's that,
Yeah.
but it's also that
I mean, it makes sense.
most characters that their ethnicity is specifically important to their character is usually comes from minority groups. Like, for example, like Black Panther, you can't have like the Hispanic Panther or the White Panther
Yeah.
and then be like, yeah, it's the same story. Like, it doesn't really work that way because him being
The Black Panther.
the Black Panther, him being a black male as the superhero is
Right.
part of his story.
Right, of the
Which you
character.
don't really get with a lot of white characters. Like, it's unfortunate to say, but they're not written to be like that. They're written to kind of fill a void. Like, it would be weird, but Batman's whiteness has never been like an
No.
aspect of his character that was important.
He's always been rich and
I don't wanna
No.
brooding.
I don't wanna get into
There are
it.
characteristics that you associate with him being white
Yeah.
But
as
that's
also
not-
being,
right.
but they're not intrinsic
to
Yeah.
his
to
character.
him being
Yes.
white. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Because
Oh.
it doesn't change the it doesn't
Yeah,
change
like-
the character that
Yeah,
much.
Batman
It's-
could be black, and it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can have a rich black guy. Donnell.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure. Say they,
Sure.
Mr. Tesla over there.
despite what you believe, they do exist out there.
No, I don't say they don't exist. I don't say they don't exist.
You can have a rich black guy whose
Yeah.
parents got murdered in an alley because XYZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
became a Batman because
What-
he
what
was
year?
Psychologically
Scarred as a child.
scarred as a
Doesn't
child.
matter. He
And
could
it,
be
and it
bougie
enters.
for all you know.
I mean, I
He
don't
could
know.
be
Looking at the
bougie.
clothing and all the other good stuff, like that was, way back when, just kind of, I just kind of, I didn't.
You can put the time
Picture.
period whenever you want it, wherever.
I got you.
I was
I'm
about
just
to say,
saying,
we moved
looking at
Batman.
it. 'Cause that's what I'm saying. Black, like white people don't live or don't go to Africa and stuff like that. But never mind. Like I said, I don't want to get into the whole argument because I just think that characters should be their characters, and
Yeah.
if we need new characters, we get new characters. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I don't think it's
necessary.
necessary.
I don't
to
think
race
it's
swap.
necessary.
I don't think it's necessary.
I don't
to
think
race
it's
swap.
necessary.
But if somebody did it,
Let the character be the
if
character.
somebody did it, I wouldn't be
Let
mad
the
about it.
culture
Like,
of the character be the
I would
character.
be like
But
interested in
see
how they would tell the
that
story.
like you just said,
What's
let
that?
the culture of the character be the character.
Mm-hmm.
Most white characters don't have their culture written into their stories. They don't. It's just they happen to be white.
Yeah.
Whereas if you name a black character, 9 times out of 10 they have a story specifically about their experience as a black person. You have a Hispanic character, them being Hispanic comes up like somewhere down the line.
Asian
You don't
characters.
have that for
Asian characters.
white
And
characters
this
typically.
This is a good example too. So like how Trey's saying that the Snow White character is inherited because her skin
because
is as
specifically
white
they
as
point
snow.
out
Right.
that she is
And-
a white person.
right,
Yeah.
as white as snow, then yeah, that's important to the character.
Yeah.
But how it was for, let's say, Ariel, because that was the lady's movie, it wasn't important to her character what skin color she was, as long as she had some type of reddish hair.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly,
they
yeah.
named her Red. That's what, you know, Ursula says, so long, Red, in the movie.
And she's a fish.
And
Yeah.
she's half fish.
A mermaid.
Right,
Yeah.
so it really didn't matter if they race swapped her because in the film she still had like reddish brown hair, red hair.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bright red as we want it to be, or some people wanted to be, but I mean, it was what it mattered, you know.
They could have put
Like, it
some
didn't
other-
really
They
matter.
could have put some other dark people in there.
Right. I mean, yeah, they could have put somebody else in there.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know how out of place she might feel. But yeah,
I've seen the movie. It was definitely out of place. In
Yeah,
a
she
few
looked
different
a little bit out of
place,
place.
but you know, it's
You
just
can
whatever.
You pulled the black woman out of the
like,
water and told her
don't
to
get
do
me
the
wrong.
time.
You can definitely call pandering on things where they're at. Like, if you want to say they made Ariel black just to, you know, cater to more black people.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
they made the queen
that
black.
makes sense.
And the Ariel film was also done in, like, they took bits and pieces from an island version of The Little Mermaid too. That's why it looked
Okay.
the way that it did. I can't think of the title right now, but I've seen the play, and a lot of the aspects of the play were put into the movie. That's why it looked like the way that it did, because they took
Gotcha.
inspiration from that play. But yeah, so, but that's just an example. So yeah, in that aspect, then yes, I do think Snow White probably should have stayed as a white character. But at the same time, I'm always up for seeing new perspectives on stories too. So, however Disney decides to do it, I'm not going to say I'm not going to watch it. I'll watch it, and then I'll decide how I feel after I watch it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
People just need to just
Because you never know in like the
Just sit
context
down.
of the
That's
story
not my
how it's
Snow
going
White.
to work. It, you
I
know,
just need to sit down.
so
Well, in fairness, a lot of people only got upset with Disney's version when Rachel Zegler specifically was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, well, things are going to be changing in this story because I thought that the story is kind of weird. There's not really a prince in this
she
story
probably coulda kept her mouth
because you
shut.
know."
yeah, she could
Blah,
have.
blah,
if
blah,
she
blah.
would've been quiet,
I don't really
they
think
probably
that he needs
wouldn't
to be important. You know, if he's even cut out of the story, that's just Hollywood, babe.
Yeah,
Like,
and-
You're talking
those
about
are her
the
words.
actor you're working with.
Yeah, like
Girl.
a lot of people came out against Disney's version specifically because of her.
Yeah.
But
I would do be
If-
at him.
If they want to
Crazy,
cut
but-
out a character that you
yeah, but
worked
she don't gotta say
alongside
that
Yeah,
in
her,
front of, like,
she had no
a
place.
interview, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, but she has no place.
but
in
you
it.
know that and I'm not gonna say maybe she was feeling herself, but that sounds like somebody who was feeling herself.
It is terrible how one person can mess up a movie or be the determining factor.
Yeah.
It just sucks for the whole team. Everybody behind that job. It's like, man, it's gonna be hard for them to get work because they're associated with that.
Right,
movie, so
because
it
if
just-
she
it
said you
sucks.
can just get rid of the character, what does that say about the actor who played the prince? You know, like
Yeah.
you gotta be careful with words like that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it also reflects negatively on her because she's just talking out the side of her mouth.
Yeah, words
She
is-
could have just talked about the whole production and how the experience was, but instead, you know, she's just saying however she wants to say stuff. So
Yeah, like it could have been swung in a more positive light.
yeah,
So it added fuel to an unnecessary fire.
yeah, it did.
She knew what fire she was putting
You know,
that oil on.
I don't think she did.
No.
But I don't think she cared, and that might have been worse.
Yeah.
She was messing
She
with.
was speaking her mind.
She was speaking her mind
She-
and it
she-
got her in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, she probably just like, oh, let me answer this question. Then she probably didn't realize where her mouth took her after she answered that question.
Sound a little privileged.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Look,
Like
she
I
ain't
said,
get hit by
maybe
a
she's.
chair.
It sounded like she was feeling herself a little bit. So,
Yeah.
which I get. You know, you're a main
Nah, I don't
character
get it.
in this huge Disney film, but at the
Yeah.
same time,
Or drop
stay
kick.
humble.
Yeah.
She got humble, didn't she?
Um, I
Her
mean,
fans, Disney
Yeah.
fans probably
I mean,
humbled her.
people coming out and
Yeah.
yelling at her and bringing
Disney was like,
up
yeah,
other
this is gonna
stuff.
be your last
Yeah,
one.
it's
Right,
very-
exactly. Because you bring
'Cause
bad
you,
press to a Disney film, they're just like,
we
you
can't-
did
you
an
can't work with us
interview,
again.
you don't know how to keep your mouth from going crazy.
True.
We don't know who want to work with you no more.
Yeah.
They will drop somebody.
It's,
So
it's
Which
very,
which is harsh because like I think Gal Gadot is supposed to play the
Evil
the
Queen.
Queen
Mhm.
horror
Nice.
movie and
Yeah.
I'm
stuff.
so down for that.
And
why are you talking
it's
like
just
I don't know. I'm sorry.
it's just like it's hard because now it's just like, oh, okay, well, do we have to walk that back? Because I would argue that it's the same kind of issue with like her casting, but at the same time, it's just like
Wait,
Gal Gadot is a really good actress, and you know that would have brought people
Wait, why would they have to walk the Gal Gadot back?
because of how Rachel Zegler is being perceived because she's
Yeah.
the main star.
Yeah.
So like, regardless of how well anybody else in this movie acts,
Oh.
it's going to be filtered
Oh,
through
I see what you mean.
their experience. So like, because Snow White isn't exactly Snow White, and now Rachel Zegler is making these statements that make people dislike it more.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you were going to be okay by Gal Gadot portraying the evil queen,
yeah.
even though it might not have been exactly what you expected or
People are
looked
gonna
like.
find something wrong.
Yeah, now they're gonna. Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna
look
find
and
Now
think.
I have to watch it.
that's tough.
They're
I
going to
know
be
Gal
looking at
Gadot's
everything
gonna
through a harsh
do a
lens
great
and
job with
going
this.
with like a perceived interpretation of what the film is going to be, all because of that negativity. So that's why I say I'm not going to really like look at the film in as a negative. My expectations
just
are
go in-
low
yeah.
only because I have no expectations for
Right,
the film as of right now.
exactly.
I'll see the film and then I'll figure out how I feel after I see
I don't
it.
even want to pay money to see either of these.
Yeah, I'm more than likely just going to
Just to be
sit
honest.
and wait until it comes out on Disney Plus.
And this one's gonna get missed because they ain't going to Disney.
Yeah.
Plus.
They ain't
Oh.
gonna do it. I
That's
don't know. I
true.
don't know what this was coming out on. I don't know if
It's
it's coming out
coming-
on YouTube or.
No, it's coming out on Bent Key, which is
Bent Key.
like one of the
What?
There.
Big key.
yeah. It's an anti-woke platform or whatever.
Oh
Like
wow.
one of their
Oh, it's for
things.
those?
Yeah.
Is it specifically anti-woke platform?
It's for a more conservative audience.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So it's
Because
a
they're
conservative
literally
platform.
bent.
No,
No.
that's
No,
not.
it's the other way around.
Now I see what he's
That's
trying
what
to say.
It's
I don't know
It's-
anymore. I don't know anymore other than that.
Yeah,
I got you.
that's
But
not the reason why they.
I would say that basically looking at this, I feel like they're both in the same camp, just on opposite
yeah,
ends.
exactly.
Yeah.
This seems like a
They're
lower
both
budget
extreme.
film
They're
that's
two
being
extremes.
pushed in order
Well,
to.
look-
And anti-woke
low
are
budget,
two
but-
extremes on
It-
the opposite side of the
it
spectrum.
does.
Yeah.
Because the only shot
They're both
that's
not good.
specific is the shot of her. The
Yes.
rest of it could be B-roll
Yes.
because they're their own separate shots.
And
They
people-
look pretty,
People who
Yeah.
are woke.
but they don't
And
look
some
like
people
they're
don't like
strung
people who
together
are
well.
woke.
There's
No.
no sense of like cinematography between the two.
Yeah,
They're
that's
both
why.
bent.
That's why I said the shots of nature
Technically.
look
Yeah.
nice because
Literally.
they were exactly that, shots of nature.
Both
Yeah.
bent
It's
in
it's not
opposite
like they
directions.
showed
That's why
nature
I'm
in the
staying in my
background
lane.
of her watching, and you was like, oh wow, this looks like Snow White amongst like a field of wild animals in the forest. No, it was
Yeah.
just a shot of her before there was shots of animals.
Yeah, it's a very pretty shot, but
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily help to dictate the story. It's
Yeah.
banking on
Yeah.
you knowing the story of Snow White.
It's like,
Right.
yeah, she's
yeah,
here.
I
So the
completely
animals.
understand what you're
Yeah,
saying.
she's here in the forest picking
Singing.
apples
She was singing to them.
and singing to the animals.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
important.
with no shoes.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I'm more of just
Even
really
in the
story.
animated, she had shoes.
Dirt black.
Right?
Yeah.
All I care about is
That's
people
tactic right
using the story. Like if it's a good story, just tell the story. Don't let anything else get in the way of that.
Yeah.
The propaganda can really, or just everything that's going on the outside of the movie can really
Well,
just
political
I can care less.
agendas.
Yeah.
That's what people put in their
They do.
shows now.
That's what just kind of sucks. And now we have a streaming service that's literally just
politically charged.
it's just like
right?
politically charged. So it just very tough to find the actual good storytelling in all this, all these the haystack basically.
Yeah.
So
Because, I think that's my thing. Because they're making this platform because they think the other platforms are too woke. But at the same time, if you're promoting it in a way that specifically pushes
Yeah,
away
if
the
you're
other
doing
ones,
the same
it's
thing.
the same thing,
I mean,
but
but
from
they
the
kind of
other
have
side.
to though. The thing
No.
is,
I don't think
No.
they have to.
No.
They could just
They
make.
could do the
They
thing
could
that
do
you
what
just said.
Yeah, they could do the thing that you just said.
Yeah, but I mean-
they're specifically making this to counter Snow White.
but the thing is, like when it comes to PR, it's just like
Dang, it's long.
people have to kind of do these stunts just so they can get noticed because everybody else is just talking so loud. So I mean, I get it in the sense. Do I agree with it? No, but in this type of world that we live in, it sucks. But you gotta pull certain stunts like that. But I mean,
it doesn't
hopefully
help.
there's some type of good films on that platform.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
all
I
about
just
finding good films.
And
Yeah.
I'm looking up the platform right now. So Big Key is a streaming platform designed specifically for kids, so for children.
Oh, okay.
So that's exactly
Okay.
what they're doing. So it,
There we
I
go.
try to take
yeah.
back what I said about the bench.
So it might
For the
be
little
that
children.
they're keeping things more conservative only because
It's catering
there's-
to children?
It's catering to
Yeah.
children.
Okay.
I did
That's
not know
cool.
that. I'm
Yes.
saying what I said.
It's still
I
weird.
I would like to say yes, but they did
They're
release
probably
like
hiding
a-
behind the kids.
They did release
Oh,
like
like smoke
some
screen.
like
Dang, Chris,
details.
changing it.
So it's like smoke screen.
But yes, they did release like details about
Protect
this,
the children.
which fall into that's kind of how the details made it sound.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, that's great.
not that they're genuinely doing it for kids, but because they want to protect children
They're
from
marketing it
influence
in that way.
influence like media,
I understand.
which is just their
Oh, that makes sense.
their politically correct way of saying it's a little bit too liberal for us. We want it more conservative. Which
And-
again, that can be fine.
Yeah.
But if you're intentionally making the story conservative to sell, you're doing the same thing. I'm not going to grasp at straws. You can make the argument of whoever you think which side is better.
Yeah.
But they're doing the same tactic. It's just
They
from
are,
two different
and I'm
ends.
just looking at an article now that says that it's the right of center news outlet created
Dang.
by
We're here now.
political commentators,
Yeah.
and because they are trying to create a children's entertainment free of political agendas. So
Right.
Well-
but they're making it in response to the
Yeah.
other one, which makes it a political agenda.
Right.
Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
yeah,
Like they're not doing the altruistic thing of what you're saying. Of
Yeah.
They're just trying to make a good Snow White story.
They should have.
Yeah.
They're trying to make their version of the story that's free of the things Disney's about to make, which makes it not. It could be good, right? 100%. It could be good all on its own.
Yeah.
But going into it, I don't think that they have the right
They became the
heart.
thing that they're trying.
But
to
Disney
keep
doesn't
people
either.
from.
So
Yeah.
like
I mean,
Yeah.
both of them again, same tactic but different sides.
They just done it on their own without being instigated by Disney's version.
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
They saw Disney's version and was like, oh no, we gotta do this because that ain't right.
Yeah.
As a writer, it just kind of sucks to be in this age of all this political stuff, political warfare going on.
Yeah, because you could write a good story.
Yeah,
and then you take it to one of the studios, and the studio wants to add gender swapping and race swapping, and you're like, what?
Adding
That's not
characters
really
with
what I
different
was trying to do.
Yeah, because
sexuality
Because they want to cater to a specific audience.
I watched the new Little Mermaid, and I felt like it was a cool story, but it had those distracting parts where it's just like, okay, this doesn't look anywhere near like the mother, like the prince had a black mom. I'm just like, it just kind of threw me off. I was just like, it was like distracted me trying to think of, how's that kind of possible? Because
The dad died.
the dad was
Black, and they died.
Maybe
or
white,
adopted, or
I don't just trying to think of different stuff, but I mean overall I enjoyed it, but those certain parts kind of took me out of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I don't mind, like, hey, look, if a person say like even comes to say Spider-Man, right? If Miles Morales which is the black Hispanic Spider-Man had a better story than Peter Parker, which of course I don't think so, but if it had a better story than Peter Parker, I mean that's cool and all. But it just, the story comes first
yeah.
always, and not the PR stunts. I mean, it's just a lot of good movies really getting overshadowed because of the whole PR. Like, hey, is it woke or is it not woke? Like, bro, just what's the story about? Like, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I don't know. That's
No, you're fine. That's why I'm glad we got to do this one.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people our age and up are under the or a lot of them are under the umbrella of, why are you making it all like this? Just go back to the old way that you were making them and things will be fine. And then at the same time, going back to the old way of making stuff doesn't actively represent like what real life is either. So if you were just altruistically looking at something for being entertaining, then you would have a better experience.
Yeah.
But both sides are kind of inputting their idea. And that's kind of the issue. Like, I would say Maz's best stories are the Into the Spider-Verse movies.
yeah.
I would say those definitely qualify him as being above Peter in terms of how their story is being told. But in like some of Peter's stories. But that's the first time. And you could make the argument that back in like Ultimate Comics when Peter died, and then he was written into the story, that felt like pandering, but he was also the only character to really do that well. Because most of the other ones failed because
we know why they failed.
They literally had nothing else going for them.
It always feels like pandering when they change something that you thought was core to a particular character.
But anyways, that's it's just tough living in a world. Like, when can we finally get past this this era that we?
Well, there are some things that are put out that aren't politically charged.
Yeah.
Or they don't make it obvious. They don't make it obvious. It's the ones that are like in your face about it.
Thank you, Earl.
That is kind of annoying.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yeah. So, as far as
It's the witch.
he said it's the witch. So as far as live action movies for Disney that are coming out, because so far I've only seen like this alternative from Disney's live action movies. So I guess they might be doing more. But the ones that are coming up next for next year for live action films, they're doing a Mufasa the Lion King live action.
Like a prequel one,
Yeah.
This is not Disney.
Ooh, that might
No,
be
this is
dope.
Disney.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Disney. And then they're
That might be
doing
dope.
a live action Moana that we've heard about and a live action Lilo and Stitch.
Yep.
Oh man,
I don't know about Lilo and Stitch.
like, bro, like Stitch.
They
Is
trying.
gonna-
They trying to get a TV thrown in the window or something with this. I don't know.
Lilo and Stitch is special to me.
Me too.
But
Same.
it still exists.
Some things.
Remember,
it still
your
exists.
version still exists.
I'm just gonna stay away from some stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
they spend their money however they want to spend their money.
I think they can get Moana right.
You think so?
Moana almost, when you watch the animated one,
It looks human.
It looks live action.
Right, it
Live
looks
action,
like
yeah.
It's so well done that it like you see it and it's like
Yeah,
so
I love
real
I love
looking.
All I know, The Rock better be in it.
I don't know about The Rock if he's
I think
actually
he's
gonna be
specific. I think he's
Specifically
specifically
gonna be
said he wasn't
Miles.
gonna be in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, no,
I ain't
I'm pretty sure
watching.
he said he's not going to be in it
Yeah.
specifically.
I
That's
ain't
alright.
watching if he ain't in it.
Okay. They also plan to do a live action Hercules, a Bambi, Sword in the Stone, Robin Hood, The Aristocrats.
You gonna
Time
kill
out,
Bambi in
time
live
out.
action? Or Bambi's mother in live action?
Hey, I'm going to say
It says to be announced. They don't even have a release date or if they.
What's-
if
wait,
they-
I'm not, I,
Sword
don't
in the
even, I don't
Stone?
even care about
Oh,
Bambi.
let's just go.
Sword in the Stone.
I'll believe they'll do a live action Sword in the Stone when
yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe.
Really?
They also say a live action Aristocrats and the live action Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh.
Hunchback I can see, Aristocats I can see,
Robin Hood.
Hercules I can see.
Hunchback, I don't see it.
action Robin
I don't
Hood.
really see why Robin Hood would get a live action, but whatever.
Oh man.
I could see them wanting to do Robin Hood, but I don't get why they would. Because
Talking
it's,
Fox.
yeah, but it's just gonna be a CGI version of the movie.
I know.
Because there's nothing
Hopefully.
about it that you could really
Hopefully.
translate into live action
I
that's
know.
going to
Why
be
would you
like
do Robin Hood?
interesting.
They're all animal characters.
They're all animal characters, yeah.
Remake.
But so is the Aristocrats. So
But see,
Aristocats.
Aristocats are actual cats
Yeah, they have
in a
humans.
real world.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like the idea of 101 Dalmatians. Like, yes, you've heavily featured the dogs.
Yeah.
But it's still set in the real world, so seeing them interact with the real world is interesting. Like, I feel the same way about Lion King, where it's just like a lot of people didn't like that, but Lion King is set in real life Africa. Ain't nothing about Robin Hood realistic to where it benefits from being in live action.
Or animals trying to be humans.
Yeah. And I'm still not letting it slide. I'll believe Sword in the Stone when I see it.
Yep.
When I see a trailer for it, I'll believe it. Because I don't believe they making that movie. They forgot that movie exists. I would go see it. Day one, I'd be sure. Because I would be baffled. That one, I'll tell you this. There are 3, because Sword in the Stone is one of the Disney movies I actually like.
I'll listen up.
Yeah, I like
3 Disney movies that if I actually heard them do in live action, I would go see. Sword in the Stone,
Great
Mouse Detective, and Black Cauldron. Because I refuse.
I'm with you with the mouth.
I refuse to believe they would make those movies.
Now,
I call their bluff
if
on
they
that.
do,
Because there's no way.
I guarantee that movie's getting
There's
canceled.
no way.
There's
no way.
if they do a live action Great Mouse Detective, do you think
I'll be there day 0. I'll be in the studio watching them do the
I knew you were
storyboards.
gonna say that. I was like, he's gonna say the Great Mouse
That's
Detective.
not right. Change it.
Oh my gosh.
There was only one song in the show, sir.
But the Great Mouse Detective,
You best not skip it then.
Best not. Best get it right.
they're in the real world, right?
Yeah,
they are. They're in their world.
They're not trying to be humans.
They are trying to be humans, but they're also in the real world.
They're in a human
What are
world.
they gonna do?
Yes, they're in the human world and they're like
In
Sherlock
the-
Holmes exists in that story.
Yeah.
And the mouse is trying to be like Sherlock Holmes specifically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even
Are
lives
they
in the
gonna
same
do-
apartment.
Yeah, he
It's
lives
like-
literally.
It's
in
like
that.
a Stuart Little.
Almost, but they don't
Like
know.
I imagine them like being in. Like,
Yeah.
the movie
Yeah.
being about
And
Stuart
that's what
Little.
I was thinking. I was like, if they make the movie, how would you feel like it looking like Stuart Little?
Yeah.
See, I would go to the studio.
I
with
don't
you.
believe they would
I
make this
don't-
movie.
I really don't have faith.
These are
in the
movies
live
that
action
Disney
Lilo
forgot.
and
I don't think they'll make this movie.
I know.
You know, I'll tell you this. I would take any version. Any version. The movie doesn't even have to be good. I would just be impressed that they decided to make it, period. And I'll say that it's trash if it is. And still say that I enjoyed it, buy the DVD, and have it in my house. Because I wouldn't even believe that they would make
Take my money.
I'm not happy, but here
Here it is.
I can't believe this.
And I saw this movie in theaters. It was trash. Here's $20.
Yeah, no. See, I don't do this thing like you. I can say a movie is bad and still say that I
still
have fun
enjoy
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have fun with it.
I don't do that.
Yeah, you kind of do.
What do you do?
I do.
It's written all on
Give
your
me
shoulders
an
and your
example.
arms and
Say,
everything.
give me an
Give
example.
me an example.
Tell me what I do.
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel.
Yep. Is it a good movie?
Is it a good movie?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a pretty good movie.
Alright, see, that's what I mean.
You just stated
What?
the case.
Nah.
I mean, look, that's
No.
opinion. That's opinion based.
No, I can give you the reasons why, like, production.
Let's not get into that. Let's get into the next one.
Yes, Vonell
Better
said
video.
no.
No,
Yes.
he declined it.
He declined arguing a
I'm
point.
about to be here for another hour. I said I gotta go to sleep.
Right?
Still on
Yeah.
wrong though.
Alright, let's get to the next trailer. So, for you all watching this video, let us know what your favorite classic Disney film is, and if you think it'll be turned into a live action film.
That's a good one. 'Cause,
I really don't want that.
Try to just.
I
there
hope
you
they
go.
leave Oliver
No,
and Company.
there you go.
Or out of the
No.
ones that
Oh,
they already
yeah.
haven't. They
I
haven't
love
done.
Oliver and Company.
I hope
That
they.
was-
I
that
hope
was
they
a
leave
movie.
Oliver and Company alone.
I love Oliver and Company.
You guys are
Hey,
bringing
look,
up. some
I'll tell you this.
cool stuff.
I'll see an Oliver and Company movie before I see a Great Mouse Detective one. I guarantee you that.
I eat Chippendale Adventures.
Yep.
They already kinda
They already
did
did
They already
Chippendale.
did.
No.
Yeah.
What's the
You ain't
one
seen
about All Dogs Go to Heaven? Was that?
I don't think that's Disney.
That's not Disney.
What was that?
It is Chippendale.
They are working on a live action Gargoyles though.
Yep.
That would be
Look,
lit.
I'm letting you know now. If Gargoyles
Thank
looks
you.
a hot
Appreciate
mess,
All I
I'm
know
gonna
they
be
better
pissed.
have Keith
Thank you.
David voicing.
I need Gargoyles to embody gargoyles, okay? Like, it is imperative that it does, because that is my show.
It sounds like you're gonna take a trip to the studio.
Oh my gosh, that is my
Whenever
show.
y'all go, I'm going.
We'll be in the. You'll be on Studio A. I'll be in Studio B.
Right? We will go,
I'll
we
be in
will go there.
I'll be on studio.
Trey for
B.
his great mouse detectives, me for gargoyles. I'm telling you right now.
Let me hear his voice again.
Nah, run it
A little
back.
bit deeper.
All right. Practice the roar. You gotta practice a little bit louder. Fierce. Scare me.
Get the movements
It's
right.
gonna be-
Come here.
they're
Don't
gonna
worry
AI
about it. Come here.
It's
Come here.
AI
I need to explain
Lord,
something.
if the AI is man.
But yes, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the discussion. Let us know your thoughts about all the different discussions that we brought up in this one, because it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
We got into some deeper stuff, which is cool. I like that we can talk about like deep stuff and bring it back to the world of entertainment.
Yes.
And also subscribe to the channel. Give us some insight on the types of stuff that you like to see from us and what we can talk about for you later in the future. I ain't even gonna go over the fact that we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers right now.
They know.
They
You know.
Yep.
They know.
And then we're also on the last couple days of Terror Wednesday for the month of
Yes.
October.
We have the final 4. So they are the past week's winners. If you guys go to our community page on YouTube to cast your vote, let us know who you think will come out on top in a battle royale. So we have all 4 winners from the past few weeks. We have Chucky, Carrie,
Jason and Valid.
Yes. So go ahead and head over to the community page to vote. We will let you know who the winner is next week.
Sweet. And be sure to check out the description down below. It'll give you a link to all of our socials, including our Discord page, the C2 Circle. There you can become a champion of the ring and be around for all the content that's going to be lined up next week when we go live at
Thursday.
7. We
7.
go live at 7 on Thursday.
PM Eastern time on the dot. No cap.
That's right. Going live with some more C2 chatter. If you're checking this video out on YouTube, thank you so much for all your love and support. We hope to catch you on a live stream one day, but until the time comes, we'll just have to catch you in the next video with some more Catered Chaos. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a trip to Disney Studios soon.
Also,
I
Chi
feel it.
here.
Sir.
She said, not Bambi in live action.
Yes.
Yes.
Bambi in live action.
Are you gonna do
Girl.
Girl. I said.
a Pocahontas movie in live action.
They've
Stop.
already done it, and I don't think they want that type of controversy.
Yeah.
They
That's
already
my
got
wife
football
said.
teams